everybody. It's Blair with the Badass Records podcast, welcoming you in for another episode, and I am thrilled to share with you that this week's guest is Nicolette Paige. You can find Nicolette at Nicolette Paige Music on Instagram. You can also find her business, Soul Child Awakenings, at soulchildawakenings.com. Soul Child Awakenings is also on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, so make sure you give all of the wonderful offerings she's got available a glance, and book a service with her if you feel so inclined to. She has, as a musician, 2 releases out there on the streaming platforms, namely Apple and Spotify, iHeartRadio, and maybe others as well. There's a self-titled release plus The Other Side. Episodes of this podcast air Thursdays when all is right with the world. You can find it where you stream and download your music. You can view it on YouTube. Everything lives on the site, which is badassrecordspodcast.com. And if you want to keep tabs with what's going on with the podcast on the socials, Instagram is your best bet for that. That's all I got for you this week. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoy the show.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you.
All right. I think this is going to wind up being episode 197 of Badass Records Podcast, creeping towards 200.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks. Nicolette Paige. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. At Nicolette Paige Music on Instagram, which is NicolettePaige Music. And in your bio is a link tree. Soulchildawakenings.com. An integrate holistic wellness practice that prioritizes the healing arts with African and Latin indigenous healing traditions to assist people on their life journey, which is a lovely piece of, I cut it so that I wouldn't just be reading forever and a day, but very lovely.
Thank you.
Appreciate how that was crafted. How long has Soul Child Awakenings been a thing? And please tell me any and all details you want to tell me about it.
Okay. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But a lot of people ask me, how did you start doing this?
Yeah.
And really it was something when I was very young, when I started becoming more self-aware, that I realized that maybe I'm a little bit more spiritually in tune. But at that age, being, let's say, like 7 or 8, that's not really how I thought of it. It was more so a feeling.
Okay.
And what happened over time is the life experiences that I've been through has helped to fine-tune the spiritual gifts that I have.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was in high school is whenever I started learning tarot and started learning more about magic, to say, for lack of better words. However, I was raised in a Christian home.
Okay.
And so my spirituality has evolved over time. It went from more of a Wicca point of view to Rastafari.
Wicca, I know the word is familiar to me, but I don't know the definition.
So I don't know too much about Wicca, but what I do know is that it is European based.
Okay.
And that's where I had started, because the libraries that I would go to, that was primarily the type of resources that they had were more European based resources when it came to like the natural sciences, the natural spiritual sciences. So, then it evolved into me learning about Rastafari.
Okay.
That evolved into me learning more about the African and Latin American indigenous spiritual practices.
Cool.
So I started to read tarot when I was in high school, and I would read for other people. in my 20s, I continued to do that. And then I started doing more like what I call spiritual advisory. It's kind of like counseling.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was probably 6 years ago, I finally got my LLC and decided to take it more to a professional level. In my 20s, I had an office space, but I did everything very under the table.
Okay.
I didn't really promote it too much.
Sure.
But 6 years ago is whenever I really started to fully step into it, like as a professional business, full-time LLC. I
Sure.
have a Botanica and Temple space that's off of 35th and Woodland. And that is where I sell my products and is also where I see my clients. And
Nice.
that is what I do full time.
Okay. Is it unique that tarot would cross paths with somebody that's high school aged?
Back then, I would say yes.
Okay.
Today, no.
Really?
Because TikTok and social media, yes.
God bless us.
Yeah, oh, yes. But back then, the social media was not like how it is today.
Right.
What happened was when I was in grade school, I was in therapy, and therapy really made me intrigued with knowing who I was.
Sure.
And we were able to order books from like the Scholastic book. Do you remember getting those
Of course.
things?
Book drive.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah.
And there was a book that I wanted that was about, it's like a self-discovery book. And it talked about numerology. It talked
Oh.
about astrology. It talked about soul searching. And at the time, I didn't really all the way understand it, but it was so intriguing. And my mom bought it for me.
Okay.
And that was one of the ways that I started down the road of tarot.
Okay. Cool. So safe to say then, if you're, as a result of therapy, interested in self-discovery, does that mean your therapist was doing a decent job?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
Good.
I don't really remember too much.
I mean,
but
like your core memory isn't like, I hate this and I don't want to go back.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the questions,
Okay.
certain questions.
Yeah.
But so the therapy that I enjoyed the most is whenever they were trying to figure out what is Nicolette doing during class, because they could tell that I was struggling with learning and focus.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I enjoyed them saying, Nicolette, what do you do during class? And I say, daydream. And they'd say, and what do you daydream about? I said, horses.
horses? Seriously?
I remember that memory so well, because I was like, oh, I'm so excited. So they know that I love horses.
I keep seeing that 2026 is the year of the horse.
It is the year of the horse.
Funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wicca and then Rastafari.
Let's start with Christianity. Christianity came first.
Right.
Then Wicca.
And was there mass? Was there service? Did you go to church?
So when I grew up in the church that my family went to was super boring.
Sure.
And there was another church I ended up being able to go to that was not as boring.
Okay.
And that the one that wasn't as boring had a lot more lively music.
Cool.
Instruments, I connected with that a lot more than the church, where they read more from the hymnal.
Yep.
And they all kind of sounded like this. I was like, oh, this can't be heaven. This can't be heaven. Oh, my gosh.
No.
It's not my thing. I didn't like it. Yeah. So, but the other church, I think it was called like Agape Christian Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Lots of music, lots
Sure.
of movement, freedom, it felt.
I remember in undergrad, I started off communications and then switched schools and declared psychology, but I was doing stuff in communications, I was doing stuff in Spanish, and I was doing stuff in literature. And I stayed with all three, the first two in terms of experience, but literature was, I spent a lot of time there and ended up minoring in it. And I think it was during American modernism, which I guess gets the era of World War I-ish, and then postmodern is kind of World War II-ish. But somewhere in the modernism course, the professor was telling us how, for the longest time, when you would go to church, that was like literally the only place that you would hear music or see art in the form of like, stained glass or sculpture or what. And it was like,
Wow.
yeah. So, I guess reasons to be invested.
And that was during when?
I mean, I remember that being told to us in the American modernism class, which would be like early 1900s into 1930s ish.
And so, since it was you said American modernism,
focusing on writers of that era.
Okay,
But-
from an American standpoint.
Yeah, yeah. But just the interesting piece being, there was more drive, more interest in going to church beyond the spirituality piece, because you would get music, you would see pieces of art, if you will.
Interesting.
As opposed to like, no, it's just the scripture and the message and you know what I mean? It was, yeah. So,
Well, that's really interesting to me because I think about the influence of hip hop,
okay.
and hip hop, its origins come from Africa.
Right.
Where back, in the days where our ancestors were alive and thriving, let's say, for lack of better words,
Yes.
their quote unquote church, was in ceremony that happened regularly, where there was movement, there was sound, there was the drums, and also art, because they used nature to create masks and symbolisms
Cool.
to tell stories. And so it's interesting because I'm reflecting right now, and I'm like, I could see how hip hop could come to be such a big influence because of its expression.
Yeah.
Its roots in those ancestral rhythms,
Sure.
that makes you move in that way. That is a form of self-expression in everyday life.
Yes.
Because that was how it was, and even still is a lot over in Africa, where there's more of the I don't know what the word is, where there's still more of like the indigenous living happening. Where you see the integration of art, movement, music in everyday life, especially in ceremony,
Right.
but just in everyday, Yeah. And even with the indigenous people of the Americas too, that's how,
For sure. For sure. Cool stuff. So Rastafari, can you give me a distilled, I mean, I know what it is, but not in a way that I can put words to it. Can you tell me a little bit about it, and then a bit about Latin and African roots as your experiences have shown you?
I'll tell you what Rastafari means to me.
Okay.
Rastafari is living in the presence of love and being guided by Jah, who is the Most High.
Yes.
It is the expression of love in all that we do, how we think, how we treat people, how we see people, how we treat ourselves. And Rastafari is, gosh, now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, gosh, there's so much, yet it's so simple. It's, for me, being led by the Most High and
Cool.
having the Most High in the forefront of everything that I do, in my prayers and my music. It hasn't always been like that throughout my life, but Rastafari is what taught me how to connect myself with the Most High,
Okay.
how to have hope, how to pray.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
My first semester at the second school, in that communications piece that I mentioned, there was there's actually a bumper sticker for it on the bottom of that filing cabinet, a college community radio station, and shows run 3 hours. And one of my favorite people, I met so many good people in my run of having a show, was Patrick Dubois, and he went, rest in peace to Patrick, he went by the moniker Potshake Dubwise.
Okay.
And Fridays from 6 to 9, he hosted Roots Raga Radio. And like I had, the Bob catalog hardwired by that point, and like
Yeah.
was listening to Steel Pulse and sort of thinking that I knew something about reggae. and Patrick. Not only did I get to know him somewhat well and listen to his show, he took a hiatus one summer, and they gave me his slot, which I did my own thing. But point being, a lot of artists in the reggae genre express Rastafari, and it's like that's my complete education of Rastafari is just associating it with reggae and shouting out and represent, but I like that the Most High and being connected. That's really cool.
Yeah. Rastafari is what danced me out of depression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say danced?
Oh my gosh,
past
yes.
tense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still dancing,
Okay.
Okay. But,
yeah.
but it definitely, I say danced me out of depression because of when I started to study Rastafari, and I'm listening to the music as well, the way that it influenced my soul and helped me to connect with the Most High, helped me to have gratitude and thankfulness. A lot of that, I'm moving my body and listening to these words and crying at the same time because I'm having revelations.
Cool.
And it's restoring my faith in the Most High too, because there was a time when I did not believe, but it was through Rastafari that was like, oh, honey, God said, forget everything that you've learned and listen to what I have to say.
Okay.
And then God spoke through things like Rastafari, music,
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
Etch a sketch. Wipe the hard drive. Starting fresh. Cool. Okay, so Latin and African roots. I would get a buzzer if I was on a game show and I had to give definitions of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what they are, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah. So, and when I say Latin and African indigenous spiritual practices, that is actually quite very broad. So
Right.
to narrow it down, though, I'm going to narrow it down. I have studied a lot of West African indigenous practices, such as Ifa or Vodou, for example. When it comes to Latin American indigenous practices, I'm talking about the practices of the Mexica people, also known as the Aztec.
Oh.
The Maya.
Yeah.
And that practice, an example of one of the spiritual practices is called curanderismo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curanderismo?
You're so close. Curanderismo.
Curanderismo.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is what?
It is that's so funny. I knew she was going to call me. It is a Latin American indigenous shamanic spiritual practice.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I need to let my daughter.
Yeah,
I need
do
to
it.
unlock her phone for her. That's so funny because I felt her energy. I knew she was about to call, so let me unlock her phone real quick. Give me just a second. Bonus time. All right. Thank you.
Of course. I would like to actually pause for just a second right there.
Mm-hmm.
My little people left at 1:30, and I had to brief their mom on screen time that has happened today.
Mm-hmm.
And like nobody wanted to be present for that conversation.
Oh.
Because, I want her to have the information because they're going to be with her the rest of the day and then for tomorrow and eventually back here. But it's important information. They don't want me to share the information with her because now trying to not let the screen time get more out of control than it has already become. And just basically sharing, I can't police this.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to confiscate. I don't want to get to a point where we have a strict schedule where they're in the drawer in the kitchen. I don't want to make anybody miss out on plans or communication, but it is really hard. So how do you guys...
Family link.
So he has a phone, but it's not like, it doesn't have Wi-Fi. He can't do much beyond text. She has a regular phone with TikTok and Snapchat. She keeps asking for Instagram. Mom controls all, like, everything shuts down at 10 p.m. She doesn't have Instagram. If she, wants a new app, she has to send a thing. So there's some kind of stuff happening, but what, Family Link?
Family Link is what I use for my youngest.
Okay.
Because the other children are pretty balanced when it comes to social media and everything. Thank goodness. Wasn't always like that, but we got there.
Okay, cool.
My daughter, my youngest, is still learning.
Okay.
Family Link is free, and it gives me all control over her stuff, and I can put a time limit on how long she can be, and I can put a limit on what apps. If she wants to use an app, it's got to go through my phone. It'll notify my phone and say, "Hey, Mom, can I use this? Yes or no?" And yeah,
It sounds very similar to it. May be Family Link that she uses, but
some days I'll let my daughter have a lot more time on her phone, like today, it's okay, for today. But my limit for her, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, girl. Because she's super...
For the day?
Yeah. Wow. She can talk to her friends if she wants to, but as far as being on apps, and even she doesn't have Snapchat, any kind of social media.
She's
11.
11, sorry.
And the reason why she used to, but too much.
Yeah.
I seen too much. Was like, you're not responsible with this, and so 30 minutes. And I noticed a huge difference too, because like I said, she can talk to her friends, but also she's very creative.
Okay.
And she will be super creative if she's not on her phone. But at this right now, her maturity level is I can only let her have 30 minutes. If I let her have it all day, that's what she'll do all day. And then she'll start getting an attitude with me and all of this stuff. Girl, you better use your imagination. And that's what she'll do.
She's very creative. What does she enjoy?
She likes drawing on the walls.
Okay.
It's not okay.
Oh.
We're trying to figure out how to girl.
Get her a canvas?
Stop.
Get her an easel?
Yes. But her creativity is like mine. You could have bought me a canvas and an easel, and I'm going to do that as a child, right? But I'm also like, wow, that wall needs a smiley face. We're going to do it. And I would just go with it, and I discipline my children as well. And sometimes though, I feel like the creative energy can take over and can just make your imagination run wild. And some people say, well, yeah, it'd take over if they ain't disciplined, right? Which is true. I ain't gonna lie. I maybe could discipline her a little bit more and be like, girl, she does know now. If I'm gonna draw on the walls, I better do it in my room.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, thank goodness, and kudos to whoever's deserving of them, that you're older. They've figured out a balance, because there's some. Mom was just saying 2 days ago, Australia has
I saw that
cut off social media entirely, or in some sense.
I don't know, but I saw something.
They're doing
that.
something.
Yeah.
And then just, I was reading a crazy blurb right before you got here about engineers and coders, and just constantly working overtime to, of course, increase margins in whatever their business is, but keep folks engaged. And it's bad. It's bad.
It is really bad.
It's not good.
Mm-mm.
But the practice that we're just telling me how to pronounce, I already forgot the term. Curanderismo is Latin, Aztec, Maya, in that neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay. So, and then the Africans. Any reason why West African?
That's just naturally what my spirit has always been drawn to.
Okay. Is there does it look different in the center and the east?
So voodoo here in the Americas definitely looks different than voodoo over in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, or voodoo over in Haiti.
Okay.
Yeah. The practice of Ifa, which is like a cousin of voodoo, looks a lot different here than it would over in Nigeria, for example.
Okay. So your space, you said you sell your products there and you see your clients there. What does the snapshot of product assortment look like?
Okay, good question. I love that. So there are spiritual products.
Okay.
There are ceremonial elixirs.
Okay.
And herbal teas.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Books.
Good.
Not books that I wrote, but
Sure.
some of the books are books that other people that I know have written, very good content in them. The spiritual products right now is what sells the most.
Okay.
The elixirs actually are going to be out later this month.
Okay.
Yeah. So the spiritual products are like sometimes like maybe certain oils, for example, protection oil, love oil, not the kind of love like to get someone to fall in love with you, which is often what most people are selling that are in this field.
What?
Yes.
Like he could spike somebody's drink with love?
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
Hey, look, I met.
Usually if you're
We
going...
met at Nicolette's hut. And, just kidding.
Typically what you see with a love oil when it comes to the spiritual aspect of it is to increase someone's affection towards you or something like that. My approach is the love oil that I make is to bring the spirit of love to the forefront of a situation or a person. Meaning, if a person is lacking in self-love, that love oil will help to remove psychological blockages that is preventing them from being able to show themselves self-love. So the other thing, if you have emotional wounds that you're trying to heal from, that love oil will help you to discover the emotional wounds and help you to have the strength and the tools to work through it. If you have disharmony in your home, that love oil is really good to help restore the balance. If you're going to have a difficult conversation with somebody, that love oil helps to bring in that spirit of love so that both people are speaking from a place of more clarity, alignment, and love. That type of love, healing love.
One learns recipes for these elixirs how?
So it's really interesting. There's lots of recipes and lots of different books, but I will tell you, the best recipe is what you are led to on your own.
Okay.
In order to do that, you have to have an understanding of herbs, of different oils, and the spiritual benefits that they have. Even the physical benefits, too, is important to know.
Okay. And if you did have an understanding of herbs and oils, does one need to be selective where you procure the herbs and oils? Can you just get them?
Yeah, you need to be selective.
Okay.
You want to make sure that they're ethically harvested.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really important because the energetic imprint that's left on all things is going to influence how your products
Sure.
are.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What other pieces from the product assortment should we highlight?
Who's making it?
As far as what you have at
Okay,
Soul Child
yeah.
Awakenings, yeah.
Let's see here. People really love my Florida water that I make.
Your what water?
It's called Florida water.
Like the state?
Yeah.
Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also known as Agua de Flores. It does not come from Florida.
Okay.
There's a lot of history behind how it got the name, but Florida water is a spiritual water.
Okay.
Where you take different herbs and you steep them in alcohol for a certain amount of time and you say prayers over them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then after several months of them steeping into this alcohol, it smells so good. You bottle it up and you use it as a spiritual cleanser. A little bit goes a long ways. You can take a little bit and pour it in your hands. And what I do, I pour a little bit in my hands and I'll sweep it over my body after I'm done with clients as a way to spiritually cleanse from. Sometimes whenever we talk to people, the energy can linger, so Florida water helps.
This is making me think of sage.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah,
term?
sage. Smudging.
Smudging.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like smudging. I love Florida water because well, it smells really good
Cool.
too. Also, I love to smudge as well, but smudging can create dust. And if you're like
Actual dust that you need to clean up. Okay.
yes.
Interesting.
And if you I actually burn a lot of incense, which creates a lot of smoke, and I have to dust a lot. So I prefer Florida water over smudging.
Okay. And you said the people like the Florida water. It's popular.
It's very popular.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very popular in lots of different spiritual practices.
Okay. So you're also seeing clients there. What kinds of things are you doing with clients?
So I do tarot readings.
Right.
I do spiritual cleansings.
Okay.
I do spiritual advisory, which is like counseling or therapy.
Sure.
I do mentorship. I do integrative body work, which is I'm a certified massage therapist.
Oh, wow.
So I do I combine the massage therapy with the spiritual work.
Okay.
I also do spiritual home cleansings and blessings.
You go to people's
Homes.
wow. Okay.
Or places of work
Right.
sometimes. I am also a death doula.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm a ordained minister, so I also do officiants whenever, like for weddings, for example.
Sure.
What else do I do?
You mentioned, so you have this space, which I assume is not free. But you said this is a thing that you do full time. So I think of any business with a space, overhead comes with that.
Yeah.
But you're with the combination of products and seeing clients able to make ends meet. You're not losing money on this thing, right? It's a thing that is providing in one sense or another for your family.
Yes.
Cool.
In addition to my husband,
In
too.
addition, right.
Yes.
How long have you had the space?
I've been in this space for about a year and a half.
Okay, still kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then well, actually, maybe it's like 2 years now. But and there was another space I was in for about 10 years before that.
10. Doing the same stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the move happened because.
Well, I moved to the Missouri side.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. I do feel like I saw on the soulchildawakenings.com website, you can book sessions or sessions with you, right? And it's just, I mean, do folks utilize that?
A lot.
Cool.
I stay very, 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 very booked.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
So if somebody's listening to this and is interested in poking around at the website and possibly booking, generally speaking, how far out are you booked?
I would say at this point I'm booked at least like 3 weeks out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So yes, it's very important if they're thinking about it to go ahead and, reserve your spot.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Soul Child Awakenings, and again in that link tree, Soul Child Awakenings has an Instagram, the Facebook, a Patreon. What happens on the Patreon? Here's, I'm a YouTube. This is just an example. I'm a YouTube reaction person, or I have a YouTube channel where everything's free. But if you go to my Patreon, you get all the content. That's all I know, and it's whatever. It's $5 a month, or you can set up what's happening on your Patreon.
Not much now because Patreon has been frustrating.
Seriously?
Yes.
Why?
I just don't feel like it's been very user friendly for the years. It's the only platform that I've not grown on.
Oh, wow.
The only one.
Okay.
And I've done a lot of promotion around it. I would share different insights on my Patreon and different rituals that you could do during the new moon or the full moon phase.
Okay.
But it's I don't know. And it seemed for the people who subscribe to also not be very user friendly on their end as well.
Really?
Yeah, when I first started it several years ago, it didn't give you the option to post videos. It didn't give you the option to post audio.
I thought that was kind of the whole point of that
Right.
platform. Was
What it was is you could go through Vimeo and create a video on Vimeo and post your Vimeo link there, but it just was not.
weird.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Well, I'm glad I didn't waste any time checking it out.
Yeah, and then I couldn't really edit it very well from my phone. I always had to go through my computer, and it's just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soul Child on TikTok. I seem to recall seeing that there's some activity there and some followers, and that platform. I mean, I need somebody to have control of my phone for TikTok, because
if you know how to use it right, it's really beneficial.
No, I know, but I mean, I can just, 90 minutes just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
saying snarky stuff and people's posts. It's wild. It really is wild.
I really like TikTok.
I do too. Is this still accurate? KKFI Thursdays 12 to 2?
It's not still on there. Oopsies. I forgot to take that off.
Okay.
I just stopped Soul Child Radio last year.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did you do it?
I did it for about a year.
Okay.
I loved it too.
And what was the impetus behind stopping? Did you run out of time? Did you run out of inspiration?
Well, I didn't pay. There
is that, yeah.
And I love KKFI so much,
Sure.
and I know that it was a volunteer thing. I was doing it once a week, 2 hours on a Thursday, but the preparation for it took me about 6 hours.
Absolutely.
And that was a lot of pressure, you know.
Do you have to go to their space, or can you do remote? Okay.
You go to their space, which wasn't too far from my home, but it just, the time that it took and the fact that I wasn't getting paid was just really hard.
Yeah, it is hard. I
Yes.
mean, it's sad but true, but money drives a lot of things here in this neck of the world.
Yeah. If it didn't take so much time, maybe I could have kept at it. But,
Right.
I was like 8 hours a week that I was spending.
It's a day.
Yeah.
Or a sleep.
Yeah.
It's a sleep or a chunk of a day.
I miss it so much. But, the cool thing is I'm still a certified programmer. So if I ever want to sit in on someone's show because they need someone to sit in for them, I could do that.
Okay. They have like a call list or reach out if you need to plug some. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So much cool stuff. Are you born and raised in the area?
I was born in Joplin, raised partially in Ottawa, Kansas,
Okay.
and then Kansas City.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Ottawa, I had a cousin, my uncle and his family moved here from Florida for a chunk of the 80s, and they were in Shawnee for a little bit, but then they moved to Ottawa, and I would go spend weekends with them, and it was a fun, we didn't leave the house much.
Yeah.
But it was like little brick streets. And
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Cool
I thought
vibe.
that was cool too. I like the brick streets.
And Joplin, my 1 year of school in Pittsburgh was like, if we were really bored, we'd go to Joplin and go to the mall.
Yeah.
But we didn't do much else there. It was kind of just a destination point to get out of town for a minute. So do you have siblings?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you in the age range?
I'm the youngest. I
Okay.
have an older brother.
Okay, just the two of you.
Yeah.
And any idea how mom and dad connected initially?
How did they connect? I think they connected in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Where was it? Pitt State?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's what I was just talking about. Freshman year, Pittsburgh State, and we would go to Joplin when we were bored to go to the mall.
Nice.
Yeah. Did they put on music in the home to listen to when you guys were growing up?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of stuff were they into?
So I got to give a gratitude to my dad
Okay.
because he's the one that really put us onto music that had so much meaning behind it. It was mostly like folk music.
Okay.
And that helped to develop my songwriting skills.
All right.
And how to do storytelling through music.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it was a lot of John Prine.
Yes.
And artists similar to John Prine. What else? He's very diverse in what he listens to. So, I mean, there would be like soul music, bluegrass, music genres that I don't even know what you would call
Right.
them. And my dad always had great rhythm. He's a drummer.
Okay.
So, and they also, both of my parents invested in me in my musical gifts.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
At a very young age. So I grew up with the blessing of having a piano and a drum set and a guitar, piano
Nice.
lessons, dance lessons, drum lessons, guitar lessons, vocal lessons.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Such
Very
a blessing. Yeah.
What about mom? Was she into anything in particular, music-wise?
She's very diverse in what she likes, but she wasn't as she kind of, I would say she followed my dad more when it came to musical influences and,
Sure.
and going to concerts and
Right.
things like that. And she's always enjoyed it so much.
Cool.
But my dad was really big on being like, did you hear those lyrics? Listen to the way he said that. Oh, this rhythm right here is, and everything. And my mom, she's along for the ride, like, yeah, yeah.
What he said.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And she did a good job at articulating certain things as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So here's all the stuff that two diverse folks, here's all the stuff that they're into. And here's you with your fully fleshed out tastes and music that you like and the list that you shared with me. But is there an album or a song or an artist that stands out that wasn't something that you discovered via mom and dad and isn't something that you shared from me that kind of really broadened your horizons or turned on the proverbial light bulb?
Yeah. It's interesting you say that because, I shared with you Bob Marley and Erykah Badu. I didn't learn about them through my parents. That came later in life, and they had a lot of influence. But something I didn't put on the list, did I put Nas? I don't think I put Nas. Okay.
Okay.
Nas had a huge influence on me and his ability, not just to storytell, but also he's so knowledgeable. And there's a lot of things that he would say in his music that made me stop his music and start doing research.
Okay.
And it opened my eyes. He knows a lot about history. Self-awareness, Black history.
Yes.
And that was always very inspiring and very eye-opening to me and sent me down a whole road of learning more about history.
Yes. I'm not like wildly familiar with Nas's catalog, but Illmatic comes to mind. And then either I can't remember if that's his first or his second, but whichever the other one is, I'm somewhat familiar with. Was it an album of his that you heard, and who turned you on to it?
I had a friend named Daniel
Okay.
in high school, and he was a Nas fanatic.
Gotcha.
So I can't even remember like the albums,
Sure.
and but he would listen to it a lot, and it influenced me in that way. And then I ended up buying some of Nas's albums.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're young, so I mean, were you buying CDs?
Yeah.
Were you really? Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was.
Nice.
Gosh. CDs are so old now.
Did you happen to watch Ozark?
No.
Okay. You know of the show though, right?
No.
Really?
I don't really watch TV or movies like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jason Bateman, do you know who this is?
No.
Okay. There's an actor. He works. They're like financial. What I don't know. They're in the financial world in Chicago, and some stuff happens, and they gotta leave town, so they move to the Ozarks. This guy and his family, and about 800 more things happen across 4 seasons, and the final. There's one character in particular in the Ozarks that is just really unique and really full of like a crazy energy, really intriguing character. And she decides to go to Chicago to sort of head off this thing. And like for the drive up there, she's listening to Nas's New York tune, which is just, I mean,
Mhm.
I think that's what kicks off Illmatic,
Mhm.
but just really, really good energy. And she winds up going into this diner, and she's just sitting there and she's got her AirPods in, and she's listening to Nas and having coffee. And on her way out, Killer Mike is sitting
Mhm.
in the booth, and they have a little exchange. It was just really cool. The whole show is full of great music, but to sort of cap it with Nas and Killer Mike was like, wow.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Killer
yeah.
Mike is dope too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. So concerts, first concert memory or an early concert memory that stands out?
So I was an NSYNC fan. I remember
Okay.
going to NSYNC.
Okay.
But like when a concert that touched my soul,
Yes.
though. You know what I'm saying? John Prine.
Really? You got to see him live?
Many times.
Really?
I have pictures of me and John Prine from like age 8 to 12
Are you
to
serious?
16. Yeah, my dad was a big fan.
Okay. Okay.
And those shows always touched my soul.
Very
So,
cool.
Yeah.
If you spend any significant time on TikTok, on Threads, I suppose in the real world too, but there's definitely a lane of the internet and the social media apps where, perhaps rightfully so to some extent, like a lot of bad energy towards men for being
Weirdos.
etc. Weirdos, etc.
Those darn people.
I know, and I see a lot of it, and it's a lot of it makes me cringe because I know there's merit to it, and a lot of it makes me like, okay, I mean, just we're not all bad.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
if you want to have a male that is like good energy and touching souls and inspiring, John Prine, I think, is a good one to look at.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't never meet him, but just through the few albums of his that I've owned over the years, like it's kind of a rushing in feeling of good.
Yeah, he
listening to his
was very
stuff.
authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, good energy. Good authentic energy.
So you've got a piano and piano lessons and a drum set and drum lessons and a guitar and vocal lessons. So the musicianship in you is being fed and fostered from a young age, and then eventually you're performing, right? You is that an accurate way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started performing when I was 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where and what did that performance look like?
Church.
Okay.
I started at church.
Sure.
And then fairs, like
Really?
county fairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like getting on stage in front of people
Oh yeah.
to sing?
Yeah. I
Wow.
did the thing.
You
I
didn't-
did it.
You didn't have anxiety or stage fright or
At that time, I had a little bit.
Okay.
I remember, but not too much because my coach did a really good job at coaching me.
okay.
Yeah.
Um
And I like attention.
okay. Liked or like?
I like attention.
like attention,
And I
okay.
liked attention back then too.
Gotcha. So
I like being on stage. You know?
nice.
Yeah.
So do you currently perform live?
I do.
Okay. And what does that look like? How often does it happen? Where is it happening?
So it depends on what kind of show someone wants to book me for, unless I'm putting on my own.
Okay.
I do a really good job at throwing really fun shows.
Seriously?
Oh my gosh. It's a whole experience.
And if someone wants to keep tabs on that, is the Nicolette Paige music Instagram the best?
Yes.
Okay. So you do a really good job putting on shows. Tell me more.
So if I'm putting on the show, you're going to have a whole experience, a really dynamic lineup that will be nourishing to the soul.
Not just you, other artists.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
love collaborating, you know,
Okay.
and creating an experience. And I like bringing the arts together.
Cool.
So you might have a spoken word artist. You might have somebody that dances. You might have a hip hop artist. You might have a reggae artist. And my shows are very well put together to where when I say that we're starting at 7 and ending at 11, that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't roll in at 8:15 and
You can if you want to,
right.
but when it comes to the artists, I want the artists to know when I tell you this is the time you're going to go on, that's what I mean. I don't do it the way of like, and we'll sing. No.
Okay.
Everybody gets paid. They get paid well, and we have a great time. There's vendors. I'm very particular about vendors. Very particular. I like to create a whole experience.
Sure.
And so great sound system, wonderful musicians, poets, all of that. So before COVID hit, I would host what was called the KC Summer Solstice Celebration,
Okay.
the KC Winter Solstice Celebration,
Really?
the KC Spring Equinox Celebration, the KC, centered around the rhythm of nature.
Okay.
And so the theme, for example, would be around that. If we're doing the summer solstice, the theme, summer solstice is more of like masculine energy. So I might have the men who are going to perform in this are going to be men that I'm choosing that I know are great representations of the divine masculine.
Okay.
Not
the creeps from TikTok comment section.
Yeah, not the creepy weirdos. And they're just such fun experiences. Something else that I've done for many years is the KC Bob Marley Birthday Bash.
Oh, fun.
Which is also an experience. It's more than just let's play Bob Marley music. No, it's a whole history experience too, because when I get on stage, I love to talk about the history and the meaning of the songs, where they came from. So people, it's like going to church.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people say when they go to the KC Bob Marley bash that I throw. Now, if somebody else is going to book me, it matters what you want to book me for and how much you're going to pay. I got musicians that play, we got to get paid.
Yeah.
And that's how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now back to the ones that you put on. You have relationships with venues?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Can you share one or two? Or?
Yeah. I'll say the Juke House. I got a good relationship. That's down on 18th and Vine.
Okay. Cool.
So do you remember Davies Uptown?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. That's where I used to book all of my stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Michelle, who owned it, she's just so amazing.
Okay.
She's so amazing. And the Record Bar.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And if somebody else is booking you, are you open to other venues?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Whether it's a thing you're putting on or somebody's booking you, how often are you performing?
So usually it's going to be probably like 5 times a year.
Okay. And are you exclusively singing? Are you playing an instrument?
It kind of depends.
Depends.
Sometimes, I'm exclusively singing. Sometimes I have my guitar.
Okay.
Sometimes I might have some cool little rattles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you performing original material? Are you doing covers? Are you doing a mix?
Most of the time it's a mix.
Okay.
And it also kind of depends. Some shows it's all original. Some shows it's a mix. Some shows, if I'm just going to, for example, be singing at a restaurant, I might do some originals, but mostly covers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in terms of originals, what does the writing process look like for you?
So usually I'm in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden a melody will come to my head. And then following that is the words, and then comes the composition of the guitar, the horns, the rhythm,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you record stuff?
I do.
Like both, if something comes to you and you need to, I would need to grab it somehow before it left me, sort of like that.
I use my phone.
Okay. Then have you gone into a studio or done at-home projects where you make a single or an EP or an album? You have.
I have.
Okay.
I was so blessed. and still am, but in my late teens, early 20s, my parents invested in my first 2 albums that are available on all social media platforms.
How did I miss this? You have albums?
Yeah, it's probably
I'm so
because
embarrassed.
I don't talk about them that much because honestly, my first album I don't really like.
Oh.
And it's just because I was a different person back
course.
then, but I keep it up just because it's good to have. And
So like the streaming platforms?
iTunes, Spotify,
Okay.
iHeartRadio. I mean, iHeartRadio is outdated now, I think, but
No, I think
Is
it's still
it?
around. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
iTunes, YouTube.
Sure.
My second album is one of my favorites. That one is just really good. It's called The Other Side. And then I have some singles.
What's the first one called?
Nicolette Paige. It's
Nicolette
just a
Paige.
self-titled
Okay.
album.
I gotta believe of all the artists on the planet, a healthy swath of them don't love their first. But you
My mom.
I mean, you still got to be proud of it and love it, right?
I am proud of it. I
Good.
did that.
Yes,
I did that,
exactly.
and I think my favorite part about it is the fact that my parents invested in it.
Cool.
Yeah,
No physical copies of it.
I do.
Oh, that people can buy?
Yeah,
Where?
CD Baby.
Is that a website?
It is cdbaby.com. I don't know. Maybe it's not a website no more.
cdbaby.com.
Well, the other thing, too, is if you go to my temple, my botanica off at 35th and Woodland, I have copies of my second album.
Cool.
And my second album is a
on
whole
CD?
experience. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Very nice. So you are still writing, performing, being creative in all of the musician ways.
Yeah.
In addition to running your business and being the person that you are in your family, and
Yeah.
I can see how the 8-hour investment for no pay gets squeezed out. I mean, our plates get full at some time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can like reposition to make room, and sometimes something has to go. I mean, it's just the way of things. Cool stuff. So Nicolette Paige, iTunes, Spotify. Did you say Spotify? Okay. iHeartRadio, physical copies at cdbaby.com or at your at Soul Child Awakenings is the name of your spot, right?
Yeah.
At 35th and Woodland? Okay. Very cool. Thank you for sharing a list with me.
Yeah.
It was super fun to dive into, and if you're okay with it, I'll just roll through them in release order.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Okay. So we'll start with John Prine.
Okay.
No, I lied. We start with Exodus. Bob Marley, 1977.
Look, you have a piece of paper.
8 of 12,
Let's
10
see.
tracks, 37 minutes. Reggae out of Kingston, Jamaica. Uprising has made a list here on the podcast, but I believe this is a first for Exodus. I trust that you are somewhat familiar with all of Bob's his whole catalog. Okay, so then why does Exodus get the nod?
Because, well, okay, so there's so many good ones. But I chose this one because of the way that he released the album cover.
Tell me, I don't know.
I will tell you on the thing. Are you ready? So, Exodus is written in the language of Ge'ez.
Do you know how to spell that?
G-E'-E-Z.
Jeez.
Yeah.
If you looked at it from the yes,
The original language
Ge'ez.
of the Rastafari.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know it because you see this and it says Exodus, right? But actually, these are Ge'ez symbols.
Oh, cool.
And he moved them in a certain way to make it look like it says Exodus, which it does say Exodus. But these are actual Ge'ez symbols. I cannot remember what these symbols mean, but I love how he did that. Because it's, if you know the Rastafari way of life, that's incredibly meaningful.
Okay.
So meaningful. And I'm like, yes. So, and then I see, the songs that were selected to be put on this album, you know, very, very intentional, of love, of history, the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, and music. I feel like it really encompasses so much about life that is meaningful, you know, that has value deeper than material things.
Sure.
You know, it's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's fascinating. For the longest time, Survival was my favorite. And then I think Kaya was in there. I mean, they've all kind of held the torch for, except for the very first one, which is just the Wailers. It never spoke to me like the rest of them. But all of his releases are so wonderful. And I've said this before, but somebody on a very early episode of the podcast, I forget how Bob came up, but he came up and the guest said, I mean, aren't they all the same? And I was like, nice having you. And, I'm kidding. But I was like, tell me you haven't listened to Bob's catalog without telling me you haven't listened to Bob's catalog right there.
I know. Yeah.
So wonderful. But so 1 year later, 1978, we do get Bruised Orange, the aforementioned John Prine.
Oh my goodness. These guys right here.
This is 5 of 18, 10 tracks, 33 minutes, singer-songwriter out of Maywood, Illinois. This record just recently made a list, and it was the same list that featured Uprising.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a favorite. It's a classic. It lands in your lap because of Dad.
Yes.
And 17 other John Prine albums floating out there. But Bruised Orange has had your heart over the rest of them because...
Okay, so because besides the Little Mermaid song, Part of Your World, Fish and Whistle was the first song that I ever learned by heart.
Oh my God, it's such a good song.
Yes, and there's so many good memories around the song Fish and Whistle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I chose this one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's another song, That's the Way the World
Goes Round. If you didn't say it, I was gonna. Oh my God, it's like so simple and 80, 90, 40 some years old, but still
so meaningful.
Applies today.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah,
you can be a being that starts every day with positive energy and ends every evening with positive energy, but stuff still happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you got to go, that's the way the world goes round, and you got to roll, whatever it is, roll with it.
Water and you think you're going to go. That's the way the world goes around.
I love it. And when this made a list recently, I mentioned Jesus the Missing Years as another one of my favorite Prine albums. Do you have any others that stick out besides Bruised Orange?
I can't even remember the album names.
Fair enough.
It's just songs that stick out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we take a giant leap from the 70s all the way to 2000, and I hope I got this right. Is this
yes.
the Jimi Hendrix Experience?
Yeah.
4 discs, 58 tracks, 4+ hours of killer cuts from one of the greatest guitarists of all time out of Seattle, Washington. Something of a fascinating catalog in that the Jimi Hendrix Experience only produced 3 records across 14 months. But there's a ton of material out there, and this one really captures a lot of it. And it was so, I didn't know this existed, but it was so stinking fun to listen to. Why is it special for Nicolette Paige?
Because Jimi Hendrix, he influenced the way that I did songwriting and how I did the guitar composition for some of my songs. And also, I'm a southpaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I play the guitar upside down.
I mean, a fork, a bat, a golf club? Are you 100% southpaw?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, Jimmy played it upside down, but not all the way because he switched his strings.
I thought every left-handed guitar player switched their strings. Do they not?
Most of them do, but I don't. I've played all the way upside down. It's because when I learned...
Wait, so the high E is your top string?
Yeah.
Really?
It is, yes. I know.
Whoa.
I know. I learned it that way because I taught myself how to play. And then when I finally started showing people, they were like, your guitar is upside down. I'm like, no, it's not. I didn't know it was the right way. I didn't know that. And I tried to switch my strings around. But at that point, I had already learned how to play it upside down.
Can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
No.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. So... yeah, and there's some really good songs on this album that brings back really great memories, especially memories from whenever I started to experiment with earth medicines.
Okay.
Earth medicines like psychedelics.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe some that weren't so earthy, that,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and that's just, I love the way that he expressed himself,
Sure.
Especially back in those days as a black man expressing himself in the way that he was is not very, you wouldn't see that very often.
No.
He was a hippie.
For
He
sure.
was a black hippie. You know what
sure.
I'm saying? And he was unapologetic. And I loved his vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very influential.
I didn't care too terribly much for the fact that numerous tracks got repeated on this. Like, for example, I think it opens with Hey Joe, and then there's maybe a live version, and then maybe there's a studio one. I didn't write down any song that was repeated. I didn't write it down.
Oh, okay.
However, there are tons of little interludes and sections of songs as they close where they're just bullshitting and chatting and laughing. Maybe you can hear the occasional beer bottle clank. But there's just really good energy amongst whoever's in the room putting this together, which I thought was fantastic and shows the side of, his hippiedom, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's I don't remember the username, but there's a dude on TikTok that he's kind of just middle-aged or olderish white dude with kind of a mustache and a beard, and he's got his face real close, and he just will play a little snippet of somebody else's content and then comment on it. And one I saw yesterday is a very young kid. He goes, today is the day that I change history, and he holds up a strip of like 10 doses, 12, and then it cuts to the dude, and he goes, at first I thought that was a fruit roll-up. He goes,
God.
You're not changing history. You're opening a new cavern in your brain that you'll never be able to
That is hilarious.
I saw that, and I was like,
gosh.
don't. Oh, all of it? Oh, I hope you have resources around you. Stuff, water, something to touch. I don't know.
Water. Yeah, you need the basics.
Yeah.
Food, water, toilet.
Yeah, toilet. I mean, a blanket, some friends.
Yeah. A pillow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Really, like, three incredible male people, musicians, artists to kick this off. Bob, John, Jimmy, and then we close with a twofer from Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
And Mama's Gun is the first of those.
Oh yeah.
Also from 2000, same as the Jimmy box set.
Oh Queen.
This is her second of 6, including one due out this year with The Alchemist.
I saw that.
I was surprised.
Come on now.
So 14 tracks, 71 minutes. Jamaica to Illinois to Seattle, and we wrap up with Miss Badu out of Dallas. So this is a podcast first. No Erykah Badu records have made a list before today.
Okay.
Tell me about Mama's Gun.
Erykah Badu helped to like walk me into my divine feminine energy.
Cool.
She's like a second mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a hot second mom. No disrespect to your first mom. I mean, she's probably hot too, but
so they say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this album, I mean, just the essence of her energy that flows through, the authenticity. Oh my gosh, she came right on time, where I was just in a space of really learning how to embrace my authentic self. And she was like, girl, do it. Okay. I'm going to tell you how I do it, you know, and that's what this album meant to me. It's like she sat me down when I listened to this and she's like, here's who I am. This is how I do, you know, and
yeah,
you know, this is me. And I loved that.
For sure.
Loved that so much. And I also could relate to the way that she sees the world. Also, we're both Pisces.
Okay.
And she's a spiritual woman, and I'm a spiritual woman.
She is?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I say that because I am embarrassed that I missed that, you know. I'm going to listen to your albums. I'm going to read a little bit about the artist and the album. And if I miss something like that, it's embarrassing. So,
it's okay.
What do you know? Do you know much about her spirituality?
It's all in her music. It's
okay.
all in the vibrations. It's all in the words that she speaks, the metaphors that she shares, the way that she speaks to the people, the history that she puts into it, the certain words, you know, even the images that she puts, like on the next one that you're going to bring up. Yeah, it's very, very clear to me that she has a lot of self-awareness. That's funny. I knew he was going to call too. That's my son.
If you need to get it.
He just wants to know where his mama is at.
Okay.
And when his mama's going to be home. But that's okay. So again, her metaphors, the way that she words things, the frequencies. She's very in tune with the vibrational frequency of things and how it influences us on a soul level. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. She got that all up in her music.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's I would
the soul,
the vibration and the speaking. I would definitely also associate with Bob.
Yes.
And
yes. He was a spiritual man.
For sure. Fascinating stuff. I was blown away by the next one though. But actually, so the Jimmy box set and Mama's Gun are both out in 2000. Are you discovering those when they come out? Are you discovering them later?
Probably discovering them later. Yeah.
Okay. And then consuming them digitally, or do you get CDs or
CDs?
Both of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have the Jimmy box set on CD?
I do. Yes.
Did you purchase it yourself? Was it a gift?
It was a gift.
Who gifted that to you?
He was an uncle of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, did he?
He was a Jimmy fan.
Okay.
Big fan.
Okay.
His name was Doug, and he's the one that put me on to Jimmy.
Okay.
At a young age, I don't even know. I had to have been almost a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just, there are a number of legs to the stool behind why I do this, and one of them is the love for the album.
Okay, yes.
So even though I have been a person in my younger years that would buy greatest hits and sometimes a box set, I didn't love those ideas as much because it wasn't like the person or the band or the artist like consciously going into a space and coming out with all sorts of wrinkles and pimples and scar, but here's the thing that we went in there to make for you, world, to listen to. And a box set or greatest hits, has always sort of felt like the parent company is just putting out more of your stuff so that they can make money.
I feel that.
But that doesn't mean I don't. Again, that's a younger me. I'm not quite in that space. But this Jimmy box set is bonkers.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's well put together. The sequence of it flows. So, I mean, shouts out to Uncle Doug for hooking you up.
Definitely.
New America Part 1, Fourth World War, 2008. 4 of 16, 11 tracks, 58 minutes. Comes back from hiatus, gets some music from producers via the internet, i.e. Questlove, Q-Tip, and Jay Dilla, and makes demo vocals on GarageBand, and then actually winds up recording the thing at Electric Lady Studios, which is Jimmy's joint, in New York City. Lots of love for Erica, as you mentioned. You closing your list with a pair from her. Tell me about the difference between New America and Mama's Gun, and all the things in between.
The difference is her evolution.
Okay.
How much she evolved, that shows so much in the New America. And I have a deep appreciation for that. What else? The soul is still there, the spiritual aspect of it, the lyrics that really reached my soul, was there, but even more. I remember this album and sitting with it, just looking at the cover of it for a long time. So I was like, yo, I get this. I know what this is,
Sure.
Opening it up and reading what was inside. And oh my gosh, it was so good. But then listening to it, I'm like, girl, look at you go. Just, speaking to the people,
right.
And it's like a soul activation. If you know what she's talking about, if you're in that frequency, it does something to you. There's a song on here, one of my favorite songs on this album called Soldier.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that song just helped me so much through hard times.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh,
now,
yeah.
Mama's Gun had some mellowness to it, but this one
funky
was it was funkier than Mama's Gun, but also I feel like there's a mellow vibe across the whole thing with it too.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which, but I definitely remember seeing that when she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna put this thing to make this thing happen," she was unhappy with a previous album, whether it's the one that came right before this.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, happens to lots of folks.
Yeah.
I think in terms of, okay, at this time, at this day and age, here's my album. Here you go, world. And then later you're like, I don't really care for that thing that I put out way back when. But you still did it. You still got to be proud of it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
yeah.
So until the one from this year with The Alchemist comes out, there are these two and 3 others. Are you familiar with her 3 others as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay. When I saw this and the parenthetical was Fourth World War, what was the Third World War?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually didn't look into that,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking, does that have to do with well, could maybe it's is it the 4th album she came out with?
It is. Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
There's one more, and then the 6th this year will be the 6th. So
Okay, so maybe that's what it was.
interesting. Either way, it was a great list and super fun to listen to. I can't say that about every list that comes my way.
That's cool that you listen to them.
Sometimes some of the albums are tougher to get through than others, and which is fine. Like everybody's different. But I like to hit you with a series of goofy questions.
Yay, I love Goofy.
And then we'll wrap and get you out of here.
Okay.
All right. So these are sort of just, what's right there.
Okay.
And the first is you're given the opportunity to have a cup of coffee with any one of your choosing, dead or alive. Who are you choosing and why?
I'm gonna choose Bob Marley.
Okay, excellent. And you could tell me the why, but it's not necessary.
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna have to. I have a lot of questions for
Sure,
Bob Marley.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if
And some things I want to say.
Really? Yeah. Can you share one or two?
In a space where we are leading people, we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. It doesn't matter if you're human.
Okay.
You have to.
What did he? Is there
He
something?
cheated on his wife, and I know that she was more supportive in his journey, played a very supportive role. But I saw, and maybe I don't know the whole story. I just saw what I saw on TV and documentaries, and I did see that did cause some pain.
Sure.
We don't do those things. No. We don't do that. Also, I think I recall hearing that maybe one of his children kind of wished that he was around more.
That feels familiar to me too.
And I feel for that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a new day.
Yeah.
And moving forward, we have to look back at what worked and what didn't work. And for those of us who are in leadership positions, how we change the world if we don't change ourselves, if we don't change our family. I think Bob Marley did a lot of great work. He did so much and influenced so many. But there were a few things
Sure.
that I'm like,
I'll tell you, Ziggy has always been when I discovered Bob, I discovered Ziggy, and then it's like Julian, and then at one point I went, how long are we going to keep hearing about this Bob Marley's son? It's like every 5 years there's a Stephen Tuffgong. It's like where do these kids keep coming from? You know what I'm saying? At some point, there has to be all of them.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that they're all like trying to capture success via their last name or their father, but they are at some point. And so I've always wondered, like, and I'm sure I could figure it out, like, who is everybody and to what parents do they belong?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a fine line because a part of that, the energy that I feel is it's none of our business, and also it's also like, we're all humans and we do make human choices, and who are we to judge? However, I try so hard, but maybe this is that human part of me. But where I'm at, if I sit with people who I know are leaders and I see something that I'm like, that is, and I'm seeing it, I'm going to say something. Okay. And I'm going to say it with love. And I'm not going to sit here and say, you're a bad person. Now I'm going to ring the bells, unless you're like mass murdering people or something. Right. But I will say, you need to think of that. Because this is your legacy.
Yeah.
This is your energy that you're passing down. These are the seeds that you are planting.
Absolutely.
Take an opportunity to make things right.
Right.
If
we can pretend or imagine that we all have a personal and a professional bucket list. You're given all the necessary resources to go knock out number one on each of those lists.
Wow.
What are your number ones?
Okay, so personal, that's a good one. But I will say the first thing that came to mind is going with my family deep into the woods somewhere and trying to see if we could survive for like a few days or a week with nothing.
Sure. Like no supplies?
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe. I hear my family being like, we need to talk, blah, blah, blah. But I just wanted...
some bug spray.
No.
Some food?
No. We need to test out our survival skills.
Okay.
I need to see where we at.
A cot?
No.
I'm just kidding. That's cool. Okay. That's personal.
Personal,
okay.
Yeah. Professional would be to create the wellness center that currently me and my husband are working towards over in Ghana.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's a wellness center that is self-sustainable, that is going to be amazing, and that would be
Ghana, where all the stuff's going down.
I don't think it's going down in Ghana, but Africa, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. I'm thinking Gaza.
Yeah. Oh.
I got my consonants mixed up. Ghana with an H, Ghana in Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's okay.
You're putting energy and time and resources into making this happen.
Yeah, we're actually moving to Ghana.
Stop.
Seriously, within the next 5 years.
Okay.
We are getting closer to finding land.
Okay.
And we have a village of people that are making the move with us. And first, we're going to start off with
From here?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
11-year-old will be a junior in high school, but...
She's going.
And
She's going to be coming back and forth, though, because she has family here, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting land, creating self-sustainable homesteads that are a part of this wellness center that will also be self-sustainable.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I can't wrap my head around a project that big.
It's huge.
That's amazing.
It is huge. It's
Cool.
so good. It's so good. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is not, there's not regret.
Okay.
We're not trying to change who Nicolette Paige became
Yeah.
/is, but you're given the opportunity to visit your past self at any age of your choosing.
Uh-huh.
What age are you choosing, and what are you saying?
Oh, I'm going to choose my little Nicolette, like
Okay.
little, who was like collecting rocks and putting them in stuff and making potions, and things. I would just tell her that I love her.
Oh my God,
and to
that's
keep
fantastic.
shining. Oh my gosh, she was fabulous.
Nice.
She was goofy and crazy and all these things that I am still today.
Right. Cool.
She was amazing.
Okay. Because you don't watch movies or TV like that, there was, at a time in the late 90s, I think, a program called Fear Factor.
Mm-hmm.
And you would win by tolerating the gross stuff.
Yeah.
Like laying in a coffin and they dump a bucket of spiders on you or something like that.
Yeah.
This is not that. Okay. This is real life.
Uh-huh.
You've got to get from point A to point B. And in the middle is your biggest source of anxiety, fear, heebie-jeebies, whatever it is. You got to get past it. What is it?
The only thing I could think of is if I was on a really like skinny like wire and there's like a whole bunch of spiky stuff that I might fall into and literally die.
Okay.
But if it's like bugs or something,
Nah. Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spiky stuff. So impaled or heights or a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Last but not least, please complete this for me.
Okay.
The world would immediately become a better place in which to live if only
We loved more.
we love in pockets, right?
Like
We love in lanes. We love where it's convenient. We love because we're related or we're attracted, but that's only a few of the things, right? We need to
love more and become more self-aware.
True.
That shadow work is important.
Shadow work.
Shadow work meaning like self-discovery work.
Okay.
Yeah, self-awareness work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great answers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
They weren't that funny though.
Goofy. Because people often, this is what album are you taking on a desert island and I don't know.
I love questions like that though.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So fun.
So at Nicolette Paige Music on Instagram, plus soulchildawakenings.com. Soul Child Awakenings has an Instagram, Facebook, a TikTok. Other plugs? You got the space on 35th?
Yeah, 35th and Woodland
Okay.
in Kansas City, Missouri is the Soul Child Awakenings Botanica and Temple of Imole. That's what it's called, Temple of Imole. Imole means light and Yoruba.
Okay. Thank you. I was going to ask.
Yeah. And then the Kansas City Urban Farm Co-op.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me.
My husband and I own the largest black-owned orchard here in Kansas City. It's right behind the Swope Dog Park.
Really?
And yeah.
Orchard meaning there's trees?
Fruit trees.
Fruit trees.
Yeah, we got fruit trees and garden beds and Lots of fruit trees.
Really?
Cherries, peaches, apples,
And
and
what happens
pears.
with the fruit that?
So far what we've done is we've donated it all to the community every year. We have community picking days. You get
Okay.
to come out and pick some fresh organic fruit.
Okay.
You could become a member of the co-op at kcufc.org.
kcufc.org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it is $5 a month.
Okay.
And so whenever we are going to do a community picking day, for example, members can come out early and get first dibs.
Okay. How many members ish belong?
We probably have 20 right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And are folks happy with the things that they pick? What
Yeah.
gets harvested?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And members can also use our garden beds that we have there. They have access to free mulch. And if they're going to use their garden beds, that means they get to do some urban farming with us. So they'll get to learn.
How much time are you spending there a week?
A lot of time. Actually, it's mostly my husband at this point
Okay.
who's spending time there because Soul Child Awakenings is like a full-time
Yeah.
thing for me.
How did you two connect?
We connected because he was a mentor to my son.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
through a mentorship program that I
Very
put my
cool.
son in. Yes. And so he is an urban farmer.
Okay.
And that's where he spends most of his time. And I'm usually there several times a week.
kcufc.org?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's
We have solar powered energy out
Seriously?
there. Yeah, thanks to
Wow.
my husband.
he's handy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very handy.
Cool. Very cool. Anything else that you want to plug?
Let me think here. Is there anything else I want to plug? Nope.
Okay. Is there anything that you had hoped that we would cover that we did not?
No, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Great questions.
Thank
I
you.
love the thorough questions.
I appreciate that. I say this all the time, but, most of the time when I open the door, I've not met you before, right? So almost all of the time when I'm reaching out to schedule something, we don't know each other. We're strangers. And so who is what? You a guy with a podcast? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes that correspondence dies there. Sometimes it lives for a little bit and dies. And sometimes it goes all the way through to the sharing of a list and the choosing of a date. And it all comes to fruition when your butt is in the chair on the other
Yeah.
side of the table for me. And I'm always really grateful for that because time is a very valuable resource. And trusting that this is, worth your time is a gamble.
I did my research.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Good,
yeah, because
good.
I had to know what I was walking into.
Right,
and
right.
Even then, I didn't know all the way. And so I always bring backup just in
Oh,
case.
my goodness. Okay. All right.
I said, just in case
right.
this dude go try to take
Dude.
me out.
Oh, man.
Shoot, I'll get him first.
No. I got at least I got 3 years until my daughter's 18, and another 6 before my boy is 18. I don't want to be in jail. I don't want to need the police actually for anything if I don't. If I don't.
Yeah.
So I like having a home and kids to raise. So I'm not trying to do anything weird. But it was super nice to meet you. I appreciate the time and hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bringing out a knife on me. My
Hey,